And we've arrived at Walt Disney World.
Everybody civil back and we're clear.
We're parked in Mini 43.
Welcome aboard Walt Disney World tram to the Transportation and Ticket Center. The driver's name is Paul. My name is Lisa. We're going to be your host.
And we're going to the monorails to ride over to Magic Kingdom. This is a view from the monorail station. We're waiting for our train to come in. We're going to be up front. Here comes our monorail.
Here comes purple. You got your favorite color, purple.
And that's the one we'll be riding. That's Chris standing there in the uniform. Only supposed to be 4 up front, but he said he'd let us up front. There's people coming in right there that we don't know. Now we're sitting in the front. That was the door shutting. That's the control panel. No, we go through.
Walt Disney World Express monorail from the Transportation and Ticket Center to the Magic Kingdom. Throughout our trip, please remain seated and keep your hands and arms away from any open windows. Our new entertainment spectacular featuring Future World and World
Quite a view this way, isn't it, Tom?
Oh, yeah. That's why I want to ride.
We get off up here, don't we, Dad?
Nope, we go through the hotel and get off over there. There's Magic Kingdom.
We are circling the 17th Lagoon. Rising from the Magic Kingdom on the opposite shore are the spires of Space Mountain in Tomorrowland and Cinderella Castle in Fantasyland. The Disney-created 17th Lagoon is connected by an unusual water bridge to Bay Lake on the other
You
side
got a
of the
battery in
monorail.
that that's working?
Among the
Didn't you say
trees on the
something was
south
left on?
shore of the Sacred Lake is our horse-looking
That isn't working.
Why do you want to tell me now?
horseback riding.
Well, no, I told Mother never said she didn't do anything.
I've got fresh batteries at home.
Well,
I don't have any here.
I didn't know it until we got out of the car and I looked
Exotic
for
birds
it.
and tropical plants
You
from
want
around
the
the world.
thing on? That thing. So what was it?
We are entering the Contemporary Resort Hotel. Here on the Grand Canyon Concourse are shops, restaurants, and live entertainment. The murals at the center of the concourse were created for more than
That'd be a neat place to
18,000
sit in there, Nate.
hand-painted tiles and were inspired by Native Americans of the Southwest. On the hotel's 15th floor is Top of the World, which features dining, live entertainment, and panoramic views. Outdoor recreation at the hotel includes boating and tennis.
This Cinder Mountain.
Yep. And there's Cinderella's castle.
Oh, that's pretty.
Daddy, see what girl was you can see the Cinder Mountain.
How fast does this travel? 40?
Not yet familiar with Walt Disney World's transportation system. You can travel around the world's greatest resort by monorail trains, buses, and watercraft. Please double-check directional signs before boarding, or ask the host or hostess for assistance to ensure you arrive at the correct destination. Our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 16 lands of the Magic Kingdom. If this is your first time here, we invite invite you to stop by City Hall on Main Street for suggestions on planning your visit. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated and away from the automatic doors until we stop completely and the doors open. Thanks for traveling with us, and we hope you have a wonderful time in the
There's your pen. There you go. Hi. Hey, you want some of this? You want some of this?
And this is Main Street. Not very crowded, is it?
Dad, they have movies here.
Yep.
Will we go see one?
Later if we have time. On our way out, if y'all want to shop, this stays open till 7, so we can shop up and down Main Street. You want to what, honey? That's what we come here for, to be hot. We've just arrived, just got in the front gate, walking down Main Street. That's Tomorrowland over there, that's where we're headed. And now we're entering Tomorrowland. You're looking at Mission to Mars. And that's American Journeys right there. We're going into Mission to Mars right now. This is the entryway to Mission to Mars. It's kind of the waiting room. And there's our good-looking group right there. At least 3 of them. There's a 4th one. They're all excited, full of energy. Cheryl, look up and wave, honey.
To the Mission Control Room at the Walt Disney World Spaceport. The Director of Operations, Mr. Johnson, has been expecting you, and he'll take a few moments to explain what's going on before your flight is called. Excuse me, please. Mr. Johnson, all our passengers for Flight 295 are in the boarding area.
Thank you. Welcome to Mission Control, space travelers. The first part of your trip to Mars today will be directed from this room, and so will your landing when you return to Earth. As you can see on the large screen behind me, we're keeping track of things on one of our many manned space stations now in orbit, while the small screens below show other activities being monitored by Mission Control. I'll have them repeated on the upper screens for you also.
SSL, this is instrumentation. Roger. HBO, starting corporate quarters, continuing video, tapes, recording. Logo.
Now on the large screen again, you see a sign that's aboard the space station at the controls of a large telescope trained on the sun. This kind of solar research was begun back in the early 1970s by the Skylab astronauts. And time-lapse pictures from space like this are revealing new facts about how the sun produces energy, which may help us solve some of our own energy problems on Earth. This is a very interesting part of the station, where special manufacturing processes are carried out under weightless conditions. Here you see a close-up picture of a groove being melted in a stainless steel plate. Done in zero-G conditions, this imparts a quality to the metal we can't get under Earth gravity.
Mission Control, this is Space Lab 09. Stand by for the video on B channel.
And now through an onboard microscope and time-lapse camera, we can see the way crystals form in zero-G.
Capcom, this is Space Lab 09. The request to transmit is referring to crystal iron clad Huntsman North. 09, this is Capcom. Roger, request. Relay coming up to the Viacom soon. Capcom. 09.
These space-growing crystals are so pure that they're going to bring revolutionary advances in electronics, which will benefit every one of us. In fact, they're so...
Attention. Clear all channels for possible emergency reentry.
Oh, no, not again.
Stand by. Video signal coming in on all channels.
Just as I thought. Somehow, this silly bird trips the emergency system every time he comes in. And then he knows to latch on us.
Excuse me, Mr. Johnson. Would you please show us what it's like for people to be in zero gravity? I think our passengers will find that very interesting.
Of course, just a moment. Touch us into Skylab video net, please. Now there you see how easy it is to get from one place to another. You simply float through the air. That takes some getting used to. But zero-G has other advantages too. Like this, for example. One man can easily handle heavy pieces of scientific equipment that he couldn't even move under normal gravity. Astronauts quickly adapt to zero-G, but over extended periods, regular exercise is absolutely vital. Here are some off-duty crew members working out in the station gymnasium.
This is GSC Medical. Doing stage comedy, monitored on 1047. For this exercise period, all ECGs on. Heart rate, 120 plus.
Fun, but it isn't always as easy as it looks, as you can see. With a little practice, though, you can do tricks that would make a circus acrobat turn green with envy. Have a good flight.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen.
There's Christy. And there's Cheryl.
Tell you about what's going on during the trip. Right now we're on the final countdown, and you can watch our in space.
Mission Control, this is Mars 205, ready for departure. 205, roger. Countdown is go on T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just dropped our booster engines, and in a moment we'll make what we call a hyperspace jump, the new method of space travel which enables us to cover enormous distances in seconds. On the side screens, our ship's computer has drawn a diagram of our solar system, and we'll tip it over and move in closer so you can see where we're going. You'll notice that the orbital velocity of the planets is exaggerated. But as we approach the inner planets, you can see that they move at the proper relative speeds. Earth and Mars are anywhere from 35 million to 240 million miles apart at times, which used to make a trip to Mars pretty tricky. For example, spaceships had to follow a curved path for about 8 months to intercept Mars when it reached a certain spot. It was like having to hit a golf ball in California, hard enough and accurately enough to make it go through one particular window of a train arriving in Florida that much later. Today it's much easier. We simply launch out into space until we reach Mars Acquisition Velocity, or MAV. Then we generate a hyperspace field around us for a short time. When we switch it off, our spacecraft is approaching Mars. Back in the 70s and 80s, this would have seemed like science fiction, but today it's routine. And we
Attention all stations, hyperspace penetration now commencing. Secure all ship operations.
Hyperspace jump is always interesting, to say the least. But we're back in the real universe again, and on the upper screen you can see Mars as it actually appears close up. The dark markings were once thought to be vegetation, but they're actually just large areas where rocky surface material has been swept clear of topsoil by high winds. Mars does have a very thin atmosphere, but it contains no oxygen. There's no liquid water at all, and temperatures are far below zero over most of the planet.
Attention all stations, outer lock is now open. Stand by to launch camera drones.
Those small unmanned rocket ships you see leading us will shortly be sending back television pictures as they fly near the surface, but we'll continue our view from orbit also. Through telescopic lenses, Mars looks even more barren, and there's definitely no sign of it being inhabited. As we know now, some things once thought to exist on Mars turned out to be only illusions, such as the famous Martian canals. But it does have some natural features that are almost as amazing. For example, this gigantic rift in Mars' surface called Mariner Valley. It's over 3,000 miles long, 10 times bigger than the Grand Canyon back home. And for a planet that's only half the size of Earth, that's pretty impressive. This superimposed outline of the United States will give you an idea of its size. Here's a closer view of the section of the rift one of our camera craft is approaching. In a few seconds we'll have the picture it's sending back, so watch the side screens, please. There's the picture. Our camera ship is down in the rift now. Seen this close, it looks quite Earth-like, but it's hard to get the scale of things. The wall there is almost 4 miles high, and the floor is about 50 miles across at this point. Even those branch canyons you see are 6 or 7 miles wide and go back as much as 100 miles from the main river. This is no little canal by any means. On the upper screen, we're switching to what is literally the high point of Mars, Olympus Mons, the biggest volcano in the whole universe, as far as we know now. It's 370 miles wide at the base and over 75,000 feet high at the top. 2.5 times more than Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth. Now on the side screen, down into the caldera, and you can see how big it really is. On Earth, the largest calderas are up to 10 miles across, but that's 40 miles to the opposite rim. Olympus appears to be extinct now, but just imagine what it was like when that entire area was a sea of boiling lava. Scientists estimate it was... Just a moment, please.
Space Copy show lost the signal on Remote 2. Impact count is rising.
Ladies and gentlemen, our camera ship has been knocked out of control by a shower of meteoritic particles. We may encounter the same conditions. Please fly with us another time. There's a lot more to see on Mars. Now, please stand by for touchdown.
American Journey. This is inside American Journey. I don't know what's going on, but Black & Decker sponsors it.
Here we are, in this harbor of hope, where so many people from so many countries have come to find a new life. Here we are, somewhere on the shore of all the dreams we've ever dreamt. Here we are, waiting to see where the journey will take us. Yes, here we are. And there she is, touched by the magic of light. Her welcome held high for so many years now. That shining light here in this harbor of hope that lights the way for the world to see what the American spirit is all about. The American spirit. The American spirit, what is it? It's easier to ask than to answer. The American spirit. So hard to define. See, it has such a personal meaning. There's yours, and there's mine. It isn't easy to tell you just where it comes from. Is it John Philip Sousa, the bugle and drum, or the Pledge of Allegiance that we all memorize? Is it Old Glory waving in front of our eyes? Is it Please Let's Remember all the ghosts of our past and the ultimate price paid so something could last? The American spirit. Just where is it found? You can see it by looking, just looking around. Is it getting up early? Rise up with the sun. Say hello to the rooster. There's chores to be done. It's a freedom of choosing, a right to believe, that feeling of contentment that we each receive. Is it here on the big stage? Gee, look at that crowd. And the guitar smoking. It's gotta be loud. It's raucous and rough, but it's soft and it's loving. It's gentle enough. It's your thoughts for your children, how you show them you care. It's the family that's special. It's a birthday affair. It's the way that we get there. It's a new set of wheels. It's our great fascination, the way the road feels. It's our fashion attire as we make the scene, the American spirit. Dressed in blue jeans. The American spirit. So hard to define, such a personal meaning. There's yours and there's mine. It's the spirit of challenge and playing the game. It's a sense of commitment. It's striving for fame. It's a taste for a red hot with pickles and fries. It's gourmet indulgence. It's picnics with flies. It's a dream for the future. Thoughts of tomorrow. Fast-moving technology. Money to borrow. The American spirit. Where does it begin? It's a mystery story that everyone's in. It's the look that we have, the asking how come, as we look down the distance of where we come from. Is it all? Is it wonder? The magic of life, and the miracle happens to husband and wife. Is it kissing of babies, speeches to make? My friends, when elected, then many hands to shake. The American spirit. So hard to define, such a personal meaning. There's yours and there's mine. It's like falling in love and building a nest. It's the spirit of family. It's doing your best. And it's building a skyline with muscle and skill. It's making things better. It's saying, I will. It's something you're feeling way deep down inside. Kind of makes you stand taller with justified pride. The American spirit. Where does it begin? It's a mystery story that everyone is in. Now here we are, about to begin our journey. And there she is, Our Lady of Liberty, holding high her welcome lamp for each of us. She's beautiful, but today she needs some attention. Some special attention. So companies with spirit and individuals who care are doing something very special. They're working together to reconstruct both the Statue of Liberty and all of Ellis Island. They're preserving a national monument we all treasure. Drilling and painting, polishing and priming, pounding and cutting, building and rebuilding. A combined effort dedicated to keeping Our Lady of Liberty standing tall, ready to welcome all who approach our shores in search of the American spirit. The American spirit. A shining light inside of each of you.
Shared a common dream. And the dream was that there is something here in this vast, unspoiled land for each of us. Those first American journeys took many years and many lives. But the journey and the dream live on. With a land so diverse and seemingly endless, it's no wonder people came from around the world to this new place they called America.
I am proud to be an American. Even before I come here, I dream of being an American. People, they come from everywhere. America, she has so much to offer.
to remind yourself it's the 20th century. We were raised with the heritage of the sea. There's no denying that. And it's the dedication of our craftsmen that keeps some of those old traditions alive. I suppose our traditions are kind of like a bond between generations.
Some of our traditions are not very old, really. As a nation, we haven't been at this very long. But we've created new traditions uniquely ours. The Library of Congress is a treasure house of our collected knowledge, saving it for future generations without turning our backs on the past. We must always remember that the world closely watches what Abraham Lincoln called our experiment in popular government.
Most governments have been based on the denial of equal rights. Ours began by affirming those rights. Men will pass away, but the principle will live and live forever.
He also knew that the dream would not be without sacrifice.
That's a pretty place, isn't it?
Well, when folks talk about what's uniquely American, what comes to my mind is our music and dance.
I guess New Orleans is famous for a lot of things. But at Preservation Hall, we get right down to the heart of the matter, Dixieland. We used to think of Dixieland as our own kind of music, but it spread up the Mississippi and into the hearts of people across the whole country.
It's really something when you think about it. These days, there's darn few of us here on the farms. But you know, we not only feed our country, but a good chunk of the rest of the world besides.
Those early journeys across the Rockies took a special kind of courage. rugged mountains is a challenge of a different kind.
It's getting pretty late in the day. Look at the shadows.
Southwest, what used to be a day's hard work is now a sport.
The history of this land goes back before any men settled here. For over 600 years, my people have lived in the Grand Canyon, where the rivers have formed Havasupai, land of the green waters. Slowly, the forces of nature have created Carlsbad Caverns, adding to her beauty by 1 inch every 100 years. Sometimes, however, the land is reshaped right before our eyes. Mount St. Helens is a constant reminder of how small we really are. It has been said that thousands of years ago, my ancestors came to Alaska across a great ice bridge. The land they inherited was of magnificent beauty. Stands in the way of evolution. Even mountains have been shaped and scarred by their passage, as we have seen in our golden Yosemite Valley.
Summertime is not bad. They have vegetation.
Yeah, really, it's not in the summer.
The ageless sequoias. They tell us that the beauty of our great land must be passed on for generations to come. Ignition sequence start. Engines on. 5, 4, 3, 2,
In Hawaii, we say, aloha, welcome. The beauty of these islands is yours to share.
the traditions. We are a nation of nations made up of people from all over the world, drawn here by different dreams. But we all now share a common love for this land we call America.
On to If You Had Wings. Cheryl and Thelma ahead of us. This is If You Had Wings. What, honey?
You can do all these things. You can widen your world. Easter, we'll be your wings.
And that was If You Had Wings.
Your vehicle and these platform are...
Welcome to the Carousel of Progress. Now, most carousels just go round and round without getting anywhere. But on this one, at every turn, we'll be making progress. And progress is not just moving ahead. Progress is dreaming, working, and building a better way of life. Progress is a commitment to people. A commitment to making today and tomorrow the best time of your life. It wasn't always easy. At every turn in our history, there was always someone saying, turn back, turn back. But there is no turning back. Not for us, not for our carousel. The challenge always lies ahead. And as long as man dreams and works and builds together, these years too can be the best time of your life.
Now is the time, now is the best time, now is the best time of your life. Life is a prize, with every minute. Open your eyes and watch how you win. Yesterday's memories will smile and win. Tomorrow is still working. Right here and now, you got it made. The world's forward watching and you're in the parade. Now is the time, now is the best time. In the time of joy or strife, there's so much to cheer for. Be glad you're here, for it's the best time of your life.
Well, the robins are back. That's a sure sign of spring. What year is it? Oh, just before the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today. Yes, sir, we got all the latest things. Gas lamps, a telephone, and the latest design in cast iron stoves. That reservoir keeps 5 gallons of water hot all day on just 3 buckets of coal. Sure beats chopping wood. And isn't our new icebox a beauty? Holds 50 pounds of ice. Milk doesn't sour as quick as it used to. Our dog Rover here keeps the water in the drip pan from overflowing. You know, it wasn't too long ago we had to carry water from a well. And thanks to progress, we've got a pump right here in the kitchen. Of course, we keep a bucket of water handy to prime with it. Yes, sir, we've got everything to make life easier. Mother, I was reading about a fellow named Tom Edison who's working on an idea for snap-on electric lights.
I'll believe that when I see it.
That's my wife, Sarah.
But with my new wash day Marvel, it takes only 5 hours to do the wash. Imagine.
That's right, folks. Now Mother has time for recreations
like canning and polishing the stove.
Okay, Mother. You just iron the wrinkles out of my shirts.
Yes, dear.
But no one can improve on nature for drying clothes. Oh, well, the cistern was low on rainwater anyway. Rover, mind your manners. You know, our home entertainment is getting better, too. With his amazing new stereoscope, my son can now see and learn all about the latest events in the world. Like the World's Fair in St. Louis.
Wowee! Look at that! What's the hoochie coochie, Dad?
Get back to your homework, son. Oh, yes, we also have one of those new talking machines. It plays music right here in our home.
She keeps that thing going all day long. That tuner's driving me nuts.
You know, the young folks have their own ideas about entertainment. For instance, Jane, our teenage daughter, is getting ready to go to a trolley party on one of those new electric streetcars. She says hay-rides are old-fashioned.
Thanks for letting me go, Papa.
Be home by 9 o'clock, daughter.
Yes, Papa.
It's hard to imagine how life could be any easier. But there's a new company, working on bringing the same power that runs the trolley into folks' homes. And because those fellows are working that out, one thing is certain.
Now is the time, now is the best time, now is the best time of your life. Life is a promise, live every minute. Open your eyes and watch how you win. Yesterday's memories may sparkle and gleam. Tomorrow is still a dream. Right here and now, you've got it made. The world's for your marching and you're in the parade. Now is the time.
Look familiar?
Is the time of joy or strife. There's so much to cheer for. Be glad you're here, for it's the best time of your life.
Hottest summer we've had in years. Well, we've progressed a long way since the turn of the century, 20 years ago. But no one realized then that this would be the age of electricity. Everyone's using it. Farmers, factories, whole towns. With electric streetlights, we don't worry so much about the youngsters being out after dark. And what a difference in our home. We can run as many wires as we need in any direction for Mother's new electrical servants. Electric sewing machine, coffee percolator, toaster, waffle iron, refrigerator. And they all go to work at the click of a switch. Take it easy, you'll blow a fuse. Queenie, leave him alone. Well, the days of lugging heavy irons from the old cook stove to an ironing board are gone forever. With an electric iron and electric lights, Mother now has time to enjoy her embroidery in the cool of the evening. Right, Mother?
Yes, dear.
Oh, by the way, we've got a phonograph now. There's a new kind of music called jazz. All the youngsters go. This crystal set grandpa can get big time entertainment from listening to
Program brings news bulletin. Charles A. Lindbergh in Paris today. I repeat, Charles A. Lindbergh landed
Now that's amazing news. Too bad we get so much static. I'm also getting a little static from my daughter.
I don't see any harm in my looking for a job, Daddy.
It's a man's world out there, Jane.
Well, it won't always be, Father.
Now cut that out, Queenie. You're supposed to be man's best friend. Well, we've got indoor plumbing now. Saves a lot of walking. In our new bathroom, we've got a house guest. Cousin Orville. And as usual, he's taken over the coolest spot in the house. I will say one thing for him, though. Orville's rigged up something pretty clever. He calls it air cooling. Too bad he's not reading the help wanted ads.
No privacy at all around this place.
Sorry, Orville. You know, considering all the conveniences we have, it looks as though we've made real progress in making our lives easier. And when we read about the things those research people are working on, well, we can be sure of one thing.
Open your eyes and watch how you win it. Yesterday's memories may sparkle and gleam. Tomorrow is still a dream. Right here and now, you've got a game. The world's for music and you're in the parade. Now is the time. Now is the best time. Be it a time of joy or strife. There's so much to cheer for. Be glad you're here. It's the best time of your life.
Well, it's autumn again and the kids are back in school. Thank goodness. Here we are in the frantic 40s and the music is better than ever. And it's amazing how our new kitchen wonders are helping to take over the hard work. Everything is improving. Electric range is better, refrigerators are bigger, and make lots more ice cubes. But my favorite is the electric dishwasher. Now Mother spends less time in the kitchen and I don't have to dry the dishes anymore. Oh, I spend a lot of time here. Have to. Now the television's arrived, Grandma and Grandpa have taken over my den. Television has changed our lives. It's brought a whole new world of culture into our home.
Are you asleep, dear? Come on! Come on! Look, I'm tired! That's it, tired! Come on!
Well, to each his own. Right, Sport? No doubt television will improve and the kids will learn a lot from it. Right now, my son is more interested in models. Airplane models, that is.
Dad! It works! It works!
I hear. And so do all the neighbors. Good work, son. Sport, knock it off. How about that? My son, the engineer. Well, okay, where was I? Oh, remember back in the 20s when young people got their exercise dancing the Charleston? Well, today, our daughter Jane keeps in shape with electricity.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your own safety, please remain seated throughout the entire performance. For your own safety, please remain seated throughout the entire performance. Thank you.
I'm going to dance with a real dreamboat.
Are you doing any of the new dances?
Oh, it's still jitterbug, but I'm having some trouble with the rumba. I can't quite get the hip action. Oh, and listen, man.
Any more hip action and she'll disconnect something. Quiet, Sports. You can never underestimate the power of a woman. And speaking of women doing things, Mother's caught up in the new do-it-yourself craze. She's remodeling our basement. There's something called a rumpus room. Mother's pretty ingenious, like using her food mixer for stirring paint. Oh, well, that's my wife, Sarah.
John,
Yes, dear.
I was just thinking
About what?
that if you hired a man to do this, wouldn't you pay him?
Of course, dear.
Then I should get equal pay.
Well, well, we might negotiate something later on, dear.
When?
Now is the time. Now is the best time.
You stay out of this. Well, if it's time for anything, it's time to move on. And it's time to sing the song again. Come on, everybody. Now is the time. Now is the best time. Now is the best time of your life. Life is a prize. Live every minute. Open your eyes and watch how you win. Yesterday's memories may sparkle and gleam. Tomorrow is still but a dream. Right here and now, you've got it made. The world's forward marching and you're in the parade. Now is the time, now is the best time. Be it a time of joy or strife. There's so much to cheer for. Be glad you're here, for it's the best time of your life. You know, this is the time of day I really love. Well, it's autumn again and the kids are back in school. Great way to end a great year.
It's beautiful, but I must say, having the whole family here together on this New Year's Eve is even more beautiful.
You know, dear, I think you're right.
Well, of course she is.
You tell him, Grandma.
I mean it. We're all healthy and together, and I think we're living in a wonderful time.
Do you really feel that way?
The 80s are a wonderful time.
I'm in the 80s myself. My golf score, that is. Slice of metal.
We have an awful lot to be thankful for.
Well, the old gal's right about that.
Grandpa, wait a minute. What about all those good old days of yours? The ones you're always raving about?
Yeah, they were good, all right, but I tell you, we had to spend quite a chunk of those good old days just taking care of essentials.
Ooh, essentials. Glad you mentioned that.
It's time for me to start my New Year's Eve spectacular. Omelette superbe avec jambon.
Not the famous omelette superbe avec jambon.
Known in other circles as ham and eggs.
Now, don't push it, Sport. As for you two, whatever happened to respect for your elders?
I always wondered the same thing when you were growing up.
Well, you two can ponder that age-old question. But since it's almost dark, I think I'll put your recipe on memory and throw a little light on the subject.
Oh, Mom, while you're at it, will you touch the program scan? I'd like to see the New Year's Eve celebrations in Europe and the East.
Is it that time already?
Of course. Matter of fact, it's past that time in half the world.
Wow. The awesome things they teach these children nowadays.
Very funny.
Celebrating the New Year here in London. A large crowd is gathered.
Tremendous pace as happy Parisians welcome the New Year.
A happy holiday spirit filled. We still have several hours before midnight here in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. But already people from all over the world are celebrating.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
You can see fireworks lighting the
That's
sky.
great. You know, Mother, I feel like sending up some fireworks myself.
We really do have a lot to celebrate. And not just things either.
No, it's the whole quality of our lives.
Hey, it's great you two feel that way.
Why shouldn't we?
The world is getting more complex.
Really?
Well, today's always more complex than yesterday. Always has been.
But it's more exciting, too. Today we have so many more choices.
I think that's the best part.
Sure, today they're bringing good things to life that weren't even dreamed of a generation ago.
Oh, speaking of good things, sounds like it's time for our omelette superbe avec jambon.
See? Even Sport's enthusiastic about the future. All right, fella, I get the message. And yes, dear, you're right. Now is the time.
Why don't we all sing it?
Now is the time. Now is the best time. Now is the best time on your life. Life is a prize. Live every minute. Open your eyes and watch how you win. Yesterday's memories may sparkle and gleam. Tomorrow is still on the green. Right here and now, you are the day. The world's going watching and you're in the parade.
We hope you enjoyed your ride on the Carousel of Progress. Now, please gather your personal belongings.
We're on the Weedway People Mover. There we are on TV.
Hi, One at your service, and I'm programmed to be your guide on this People Mover tour of Tomorrowland. You might say I'm sort of a commuter computer. Have you noticed this one-way People Mover car doesn't have an engine? Well, you see, these vehicles travel quietly and with no air pollution on a system of linear induction motors. That's kind of a fancy term for the special electromagnets that push and pull our vehicles around Tomorrowland. There are more than 600 of these electromagnets embedded along our railway track. Circling above the People Mover station are the Starjets. You can pilot your own twirling rocket to a height of 80 feet around a central tower and style them for a Saturn V launch vehicle.
There's Black & Decker American Journeys.
Fascinating space voyage developed in cooperation with NASA. We'll blast off to witness actual close-up views of our neighbor in space, Mars. Someday, systems like the Wedway People Mover might be developed for your own city. They could even be used for transportation inside buildings. Why, this could lead to new concepts in city planning. just such an idea for a model city of the future. The tallest building would combine living, working, and shopping areas into a central location. There's even an airport and an amusement park. Someday, systems like just ahead, you have a big room of fun places to shop at the Magic Kingdom. Mickey's Mart. There's a whole array of Disney gifts and souvenirs. Great way to window shop, huh? Just ahead, look at a free tour of those fun places to shop. For a more earthbound race, just follow the roar of the engines to the Grand Prix Raceway. But watch out! No one of that course needs a driver's license.
That's what I want to ride, Dad.
We'll see what the line's like. Your mother's right, girls. Yes, there. And we're going into it right now.
Hold on to your seats because we're approaching the ultimate thrill of intergalactic travel, Space Mountain. First, you get a practical ride on the imaginary new planet, Cyclone Plus.
Line for Space Mountain.
There's only going to be 2. Let's see. Christy, can you ride by yourself?
Are you still going to ride? Well, if you're going to, if I can ride either in front of you or back of you, yeah.
Well, honey, I'm sure you can do that.
Fly like a bird? Well, that's almost the feeling you'll get gliding aboard our Skyway, Optical. The altitude makes me dizzy.
I don't believe the Skyway's going, is it? I don't see any cars on it. Well, it's not that far, about 3 miles. To Fantasyland. Girls, this is more interesting than I remembered. Oh, look at the water fountain over there.
From here, you can get a better look at Space Mountain. Impressive, isn't it? Well, believe it or not, at a height of nearly 175 feet, Space Mountain is Florida's 3rd tallest mountain. The wind rate, even though resistance capable, speeds are up to 40 miles per hour. Once we decided to save high-speed adventures like that for Space Mountain, so we're just cruising along at 10 miles per hour. Oh, let me check my memory banks. Ooh, more than 90 million guests have enjoyed the different versions of the Carousel of Progress since its 1964 debut at the New York World's Fair.
1964.
In our Carousel Theater, you'll journey through time and find progress at every turn. You'll see how life has changed from the horse and buggy days to the computer age. A fanciful trip to Vacation Portugal is waiting in If You Have Wings. This musical flight around the world ends with a race through the exhilarating super speed tunnels. Towering above the plaza is Cinderella Castle. In front of the castle, there are daily musical shows featuring favorite Disney characters. Wonder if they need any more singers. We're now above the entrance to American Journeys. This spectacular motion picture is presented on 9 screens that surround you with the magic of Circle Vision 360. You'll experience breathtaking vistas across America. From New York Harbor, my favorite, a wild ride in the surf of Honolulu. Ooh, it almost soaked my circus. Golly, you're almost back at the station already. Let's see, in the last few minutes, you've traveled nearly a mile on this Grand Circle tour of Tomorrowland. Well, this is ORAC 1, your commuter computer, saying I hope you've enjoyed traveling aboard the Wetway People Mover. And now, I'll return you to station control.
She was so excited she can hardly stand it.
Please keep your arms and legs away from the doors. The doors open automatically.
Today's grand winner. I guess they won a car today. It says today's grand winner. But it says today's grand winner. This is the Haunted Mansion, of which we're getting ready to go into.
Read that, boy. Read the tombstones.
To the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Our tour begins here in this gallery. Here where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now.
I gotta leave, Mom. I gotta get out of here.
Your cadaverous panel portrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a widely metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way.
quietly seated at all times. Oh yes, and no flash pictures, please. We spirits are frightfully sensitive to bright lights. Our library is well stocked with priceless first editions. Only ghost stories, of course. And marble busts of the greatest ghost writers the literary world has ever known. They have all final arrangements may be made here. Every room has and hot and cool.
Give us a hint by ringing the bell. Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at.
Received your sympathetic vibrations and are beginning to materialize. There is something swinging awake, and they'll be expecting me. See you now. be nice. It was a nice one too. When I got lost on my way to your heart. Had a spoon and a candle and everything. What's that?
Stop! Look out! It's us stuck again! Watch yourself, Henry.
Whoa! Well, look at that. Hey, don't this show smell bad enough as it is?
Why, showbiz. Say, I've been trying to break into the theater all day, but you keep on running me off.
Hey, go easy on the skull there. How about you just sing along with us?
All right.
Seems all this recreation and vacation and tap dance is just too much for this old country bear. Yep, just give me the simple life. Well, that one fall is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country bear like you can't act. It's early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country bear.
Getting ready to come.
How do you know it's horrible?
That was my cord in front of the thing. Looks like they left some people on our boat.
I'm a handicapped person. People, not persons.
Two up there? Party of two. Two who want a party. Party of one or less.
Wait, stay here. He's coming back here.
Anybody out there? Let's see. Anybody out there from out of state? Besides New Jersey. Out of state. Attention, please. May I have your attention? Thank you. I do. Out of the country? Out of money. Out of your mind. Yeah. Crew, my name is Chris. I'll be your skipper, doctor, lawyer, marriage counselor, and taxidermist for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks here. Do me a favor, please pass any and all small children to the front of the boat. I will be tossing them overboard periodically along the way. It really doesn't matter where we're all from, though. We're all in the same boat together now. Very few of us will be returning to our homes anyway. Crew, this is the mighty Amazon region of South America, where it rains approximately 15 months out of each year. Take note of those giant killer butterflies. Their wingspans have been known to range anywhere between 12 inches and 1 whole foot in diameter. Now the vegetation directly above us requires no soil whatsoever in which to grow. Does anyone know why this is? That's right. They're plastic. Moving right along. We will let them on forward motion as inspiration falls. Now, Drew, I point this out to you because there is nothing else here to look at. But it is inspiring. I gotta say I'm inspired. Drew, are you inspired? Yeah. Drew, are you perspired? Where are you from here on the Senator? Where are you from here on the Senator? Louisville. Kentucky. Now wearing shoes too. Just today, Drew, ahead of us, you'll see 15 more canoes. Now I have to be honest with you, I've never seen 50 before. Well, I hear that 300 of those fellows can get into each canoe, and then we turn 900 of them out there, just waiting to slash our ankle. Somewhere out there. Oh, danger. Go on the giant python. Look out, this is old Freddy, who actually is a pretty affectionate fella. You know, Freddy's been known to have several crushes. All my crew members maybe from Louisville. Oh, now who parked that Jeep? No, crew, if you look in the back of the tent, you'll see Junior, who's feeling a bit guilty about it all. But be careful, if you're wearing yellow, do not, I repeat, do not make any banana noises. They may find it appealing, so just be forewarned. Now, ahead of us on the Congo River is the African bull elephant. Now, I know it's hard to believe, but this animal is the second most feared in the jungle. That's right. Let's get closer, shall we? He's only afraid of the most feared animal on the right bank. It's his wife, Thelma. Say hello to the folks, Thelma. Say goodbye to the folks, Thelma. Good girl. Ferocious, but easily trained. the main grassland region known as the African belt, where many animals have buried today for food and water. This flight of lions and animals has just made a fresh kill, and this demonstrates the basic law of the jungle. Don't be a zebra. I mean, survival of the fittest. And if you look over here to your left, you'll see absolutely nothing. Uh-oh. Oh, through that rhino, looks like he's trying to make a point. And it really doesn't matter. If those guys don't get it now, I'm sure they'll get it in the end. Of course, I could be mistaken, but I believe this is what they call a native uprising. Beautiful. From one jungle to another. It's absolutely amazing. It's just amazing. From in the right bank is our old friend Smiley and his cousin Isa. You know, I had a typing teacher come in here last week. She's teaching shorthand. Tragic thing, actually. It's just terrible. Awful. Well, ahead of us is beautiful Schweitzer Falls. Wait a minute. This is going to be close. Look inside the boat. You need to lean in. Lean in the back of the boat. Right into the falls. Look out the back of the boat. Oh, my goodness. Look out the corner. Oh, my. Sir, so that was very brave of you, using that child as a shield. Keep your shirt on. I really like a man with priorities. Does so much for this country. Uh-oh. Oh, no, crew. These hippos can be very dangerous. Now, yesterday they overturned 7 boats. That's right, 7. With only 6 to remind, you're in good hands on how many. Wait, over the left's a big charger. Not today, my friend. Crew, I'll take care of him over to the left. My own way. There's another one over here to the right. Right between the mongrel legs. This is Rambo Disney style. Now, we're not out of danger yet. Crew, we're entering headhunter country. Please keep your heads down and your voices low. My experience here in the jungle tells me they go for the one with the hat on first. That's right. You look over there to your right, you can see the remains of my last crew. They were all from Disney. Good old Kentucky. That's right. I'm not behind. Looks like this. Oh my goodness! Come on, like it's an ambush! Quick, women and children, stand up! Stand up! Guys, you need my spears to pull it out or fight back at them. Otherwise, you're stuck with it. I'm telling you. I'm trying awful hard. I really am trying hard. We're approaching Schweitzer Falls, and it's time from the other side. Get your camera ready this time. Here it is. The backside of water. Amazing! Look, a reflection in the water. Amazing! Not just blood, just the animation. That water looks so real. It's great. Purity, I guess. I don't know. Ahead of us on the Irrawaddy River of Asia is a centuries-old shrine that was devastated by an earthquake ages ago. Let's pass it to many have gone inside this shrine in search of a sacred treasure of you. And then a return from your own house of man, child, and New Jersey, I brimstone. Good luck, crew. Are you having a good time so far? Well, your luck is about to change. After we've stumbled into a pool of bathing mini televisions, but ladies, don't worry, these guys have all got their trunks on, surely. And to be shot around, always with his own private shower. You know, if he didn't come out of that water soon, he's going to get very wrinkled. No, I don't know that. Oh my goodness! On the left! One of these elements is close, nice and dry. He's going to get us his own little shower. Look out of that side of the boat. Keep your eye on him. I don't trust him. One of there's another one over here to the right behind the rocks. Now he's coming back to the left. It's coming to the front. We're getting caught. Y'all little bit stupid. Ears play. Oh my goodness. We got to about him in the back. He won't be over here. He's got a clean in his eye. We're not sure if here he comes to get a side of the boat. Look out the back of the boat. Look out, look out, look out. Wait a minute. I'll back it up. I love my job. Gosh, I just love it. Crew, we do have over 500 different varieties of exotic plants here in the jungle that are real. Now, I'd like to take a moment out of our time here to point out a few of my favorites and tell you what I know about them, okay? Just point out a few. And they're screaming over here with the red thing on top. Any questions? I didn't think so. Now, crew, ahead of us on the left bank is one of my very, very dear friends. I want you to meet Trader Sam, who is smiling today because he has just been promoted to head salesman of the jungle. That's right. But now business has been shrinking, so Sam's got a special going on. 3 of his heads for only 1 of yours. The Kmart Blue Light Special. Parents, this is a golden opportunity. Any way you slice it, you're bound to come out ahead. That's right. 1 going, 3 coming. What is it, my delivery or something? It's quite working. And now, crew, for the most dangerous and terrifying part of our journey. Strap yourselves in, please. The return to civilization and the real jungle. That's right. Ooh. Look up the other dock. You'll see 2 more interesting varieties of plant life on camping. They are both better known as blooming idiots. They are in full bloom this time of year. Yeah, he's pointing them out now. Crew, this is sad. You know, you're going to be leaving me here, and as hard as I try, I just can't help it. This part of the trip always reminds me of the day I graduated from high school 2 years ago in North Carolina. My father came to me that day, and he said, son, the free ride is over, get out. It's just awful. You know, 10 years from now, you'd have this on VHS. It would be absolutely hilarious. It would be fantastic. Crew, listen, I hope...
That's the tree house.
You can take Christy, Cheryl, into the treehouse. Christy doesn't know that.
Okay. Take off, Cheryl. I'll follow you. We're now going to Swiss Family Treehouse. Hi. Lake on one side and the lake on the other. There's a thing lifting up, running waters, pumping water up to the top. Okay. Beautiful vegetation. Now we're going upstairs. Now we're going up more stairs. What the kitchen area looks like. Stop here a second, honey. There's a Jungle Cruise scene from up here. Tiki Bird Show, which we didn't get to see. Hammock. Now we're up as high as we go. And we're starting down. Down and down and down and down. Little waterfall. And the exit. And that was Swiss Family Treehouse. Now we're going into It's a Small World.
Inside the boat for your own safety and convenience.
Because it's a small world. The park closes, or at least all except Main Street in 8 minutes. Well, there's the castle after dark.
We get it on the way.
Lights flashing in the trees on either side of it. Very pretty scene. There's Sheila. Sheila and Christy. And Cheryl. And there's Thelma. Oh heck, they all turned around. Well, some of them turned around. And here's Main Street after dark. What you see down there is the main entrance. I know you won't be able to tell how pretty it is from watching these, but it is really pretty out here. Main Street's not very crowded at all. And the park actually closed a little while ago. The Main Street's open until 7 local time.
I do too, but it won't take me but a second.
You bet you either need to go with your mother, or we'll see if we can get it on the way out. But we're going into, I'm not sure the cinema's open, honey. We're just going to see. There's the Emporium. There's fine china. And the Great Train Robbery, Main Street Cinema. We're going to see if we can get in there. Cheryl's been asking to see it. It looks like it's still going.
I'm gonna go to the shop next door and see if I can find Mom.
Okay. Did you ever find your mother?
Yeah? What'd you get? Not yet. Head me into the street, okay?
That's the Emporium. That's the front again. That's Town Hall. And I'm sure I can get a beautiful shot of Cinderella's past castle. Yes, dear.
I'll trade you a peanut cluster for a corn cluster.
There in the doorway, you'll find Thelma, Sheila, Christy, and Cheryl. Probably looking for me. There's the Main Street Cinema again. Have they found me? Nope, guess I'll have to go find them.